Hey, welcome back everybody to another night of Nemesis Gaming League action. We are back here for match number 2. We're headed off to the Titan League, and we're joined here once again by Rocker Man, and I'm Bagels. How you doing? I know you casted the other match, Rocker Man, but how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Bagels. It was a crazy last match. Wasn't really expecting that outcome, but it happens. But I'm excited to be back, and we're heading to the Titan League, which is always hype.
Yeah, we are, and definitely unfortunate for Origin there, who Hypernova, after losing their star player, still able to come back and put up quite a performance. But we are headed to the Titan League, and have we seen both of these teams? Only one of these teams on stream before, Godfathers, who took
Yeah,
an unfortunate loss to Gravity on opening day, which you and me also casted.
yeah,
But we got Dragons on here for the first time, and both teams sitting at 1-3 right now.
yeah. Both teams 1-3, but we saw that Godfather roster that you mentioned on stream, and they actually didn't look too bad. So I'm gonna be curious to see how they're gonna roll. They have a little bit of a couple of changes since then. Actually, they have Yokes, Folly, Physics, and Chubik on their roster. Game 5 Chubik is out there,
Oh
so
no!
maybe we'll see him Bengals. Maybe we'll see Game 5 Chubik for the Godfathers. Who knows?
And I know that they have Chubik, but I actually have Folly on the roster too. Folly, our boy Fat Folly, is going to be here on Godfathers. I'm pretty sure because they did drop M. Dot from I think it was after game 2, or maybe even been after that first game of the
Yeah.
series of opening day. Which, I mean, they didn't even look terrible going off against Gravity, who we thought was going to be a top tier team here coming into season 5, but have since lost to Pinnacle and Diversion. And I've yet to see Diversion on stream here, but a lot of people kind of meme around Mr. Butters and Laser. But hey, you know what? They're put up a decent season so far. I think they're sitting at 2-2. So somebody's got to put some respect on some of these boys in Titan, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times in Titan, you don't hear the names that you're used to hearing, and a little bit of disrespect. But sometimes, these people can come out of nowhere, and we'll have to see tonight, as it looks like Godfather's are actually rolling with a sub here from Mafiosos and Jake, who's going to be subbing in for Physics and or Chubik. It looks like in this one, and then Dragons on the other side. They've got Zerf, Burr, and Poods, and I've heard, just looking at the roster bagels, it's surprising that they're at 1-3 with those people there. Definitely a little bit of a puzzler there, if you will.
Yeah, and I mean, speaking of not putting some respect on people's names, Zerf, a lot of people kind of don't think that Zerf, even though he popped off in Rival last season, is definitely a capable ranked player. A lot of people don't think that he can compete up here in Titan on Dragons. But I mean, if any match was going to be a match to prove them wrong, it would be this one, especially now that you mentioned it, Jake subbing up for Godfathers here. I feel like this is a poised victory here for Dragons, and if they don't, this is some bad news. It's we gotta sound the alarm for Dragons if they can't win the series. But hey, I mean, no disrespect to Yokes or Folly there. Yokes and Folly both good players as well.
Yeah, and like you said, if I had to make a prediction here, I'd be rocking with the Dragons in this one for sure. With the roster they have, they got their starting roster. Jake's coming in as the sub for Godfathers, so we're really gonna have to see. If I was a betting man, I say 3-1 Dragons, maybe Godfathers with Yokes and Folly could squeak one out. It's always good to see Folly back in here, so we'll have to see if the good night man himself can pull off some highlights.
Yeah, definitely. We'd love to see him put the Dragons to bed, but we'll have to wait and see as we're getting this one underway. Pressure starting off on this Godfather side. As here's Burr, a slight double commit, but Yokes banging this one out, but getting bumped for his efforts. Still following this one, getting a decent 50 in the middle. There's the man we were talking about, Folly, dishing it up high. But Burr cutting it off straight over to Jake, who's going to get 50'd in the midfield. Zerf up, getting its way past one, but Yokes off to the side. And Burr up, and a lot of high-flying aerial challenges as it's a slow roller, and I'm not quite sure what happened right there.
Hey, that first pinch wasn't a slow roller, but that shot a slow roller, and yeah, not sure what the rotation is. Looks like Jake might have been caught out, Folly on the wall there, and Burr's gonna get the credit, but yeah, a little bit of a rotational mistake might be expected when you have a sub. Like you said in reference to Zerf earlier, making the jump from rival to Titan, it's a pretty big change of pace.
Yeah, definitely. And not even just the jump. He didn't just go from high 1600 to 1700. He made his way all up to 1900. So when you got the 1900 tag on you, you got to perform as, hold on, Yokes getting cut off right at the goal line. Here's Berg hitting another last-ditch save. Folly looking for a pass back to the middle, but the pressure has come and gone. And Godfathers, they gave up that goal, but almost had two solid opportunities right there.
Yeah, if not for a great save by Burr, that one could have been rolling in the back of the net. And the Godfathers could have tied it up. So good on the defensive end so far, and actually surprising to see the Godfathers put some good pressure early.
Yeah, definitely. And Burr, the man in last season, probably the man of the playoff season for Dragons, almost able to take down Gravity in the Season 4 semis, and he just came up with so many crazy shots. We'll have to try and see if he can pull one off here, but here's Poods onto the backboard, Folly sending it away. Bird there, taking to the dribble, getting beat out. Zerf trying to get something going, but nothing to do about. Poods there, getting 50'd out again, and I don't know if it's because of the sub up here, Rockerman, but it feels like a slow game right now for Titan. It seems like everybody's going for some high-flying challenges, and just like this ball right now, nothing's resulting from him.
Yeah, it's weird to see. A lot of times when you do have the sub, obviously they might not be used to the paces. A great pass coming out, Pooch with the angle volley with the block is another one up high. They're putting the pressure on, and oh my goodness, they're still going, Bengals. I'm not gonna talk about this as Surf trying for the flip reset, but yeah, you think with a sub, that team can often get really slow, but it's weird to see even in Titan that it seems like the Dragons are caught in that slow pace as well, which is surprising.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're maybe trying to play more of a reactionary game, but I wouldn't be playing a reactionary game. You got to sit in the driver's seat right now. Here's Burr off the crossbar, and right as we were starting to say the game was slowing down, we saw Zerf trying to go for that flip reset, kind of pancake a little bit, and game started to speed up very quick. But here's Zerf again, going for the shot, but soft, straight down the middle, only to Yokes. Who's going to take to the dribble, 2 to beat. Good flick,
Oh.
way up high though. Where's the follow-up volley there? But again, a soft contact hit to the net. Easy save for Zerf. Here he is, trying to get the little pre-flip double. As Yokes with a ballsy save on the goal line. Burr trying to keep its way in. Off the backboard over to Zerf. Can Poots pull it off? No, he can't. He whiffs. Zerf continuing to keep this one in. And Dragons, I feel like they've really ramped up the pressure here in the last few minutes, but they're still only sitting at 7 shots here. Or excuse me, 8 shots.
Yeah, now I'm actually going to turn this around a little bit, and I'm actually kind of liking what I'm seeing from the Godfathers. There've been a couple of sketchy opportunities, but really there have been some pretty good attempts despite everything. I know you saw the shot earlier that Burr made an insane save. That was Jake's shot that was on target. If not for a great save, could have tied it up. So really, Godfathers kind of impressive here. And they're hanging on. Still a minute though. You gotta actually put one in the net to to give themselves a chance here though.
Yeah, definitely. And to what you were saying, a lot of these shots from Dragons have been weak contact and not very threatening. They kind of got away with one earlier, and a few almost highlight plays coming out for Dragons, but most of these balls are coming in with soft pace and easily sent away. So here's a whiff on the defense. Zerf gonna have to clean it up quickly, dishing it off into the corner. Here's Jake whiffing out. Folly there, gonna send its way onto the backboard. Where's the follow-up from Yokes, but opting to keep in, but a double commit. Yokes still off the sidewall, almost getting the pre-flip to put one in. 15 seconds and counting. Gonna have to find the equalizer right here. Folly up, getting 50'd out. Surf opting for the boost steal instead of keeping it in. Yokes out to the middle, but Poods cutting this one off. 5 seconds and counting. Folly looking for a pass down to Jake, but Jake rotated back, still up at 0 seconds. Surf there off the back wall. Can they get the 0-second goal? They will, and it's 2-0 in game 1 there for Dragons.
Yeah, and this one, just a result of Godfather selling out at the last second for that goal. Burr, he's going to take credit, and a good goal for him to send it in the back of the net. But really, Godfathers, like I said, Dragons, they played a solid game. But I'm really liking my 3-1 prediction for the Dragons after seeing that game, because I think the Godfathers can definitely steal a game here with the way they played in that one. They only had 3 shots, but still, despite that, it was a decent performance, all things considered.
I would have to agree. It felt like the Dragons were in complete control of the game, but just something from the Dragons was missing, and I'm expecting.
Mhm.
I mean, it's a 2-0. It's a solid win. I mean, they got a goal at 0 seconds, but I was honestly expecting more from them. But like you said, to Godfather's credit, they were able to hold on, and it didn't even feel like Jake was completely out of the realm of the playing field right there. It felt like he belonged, but it definitely seemed like the Dragons were in complete control of that game 1.
Yeah, the Dragons, they had the control for sure, and they did what they had to do, and that's what you like to see in this one. And as we head now into game number 2, is it gonna turn back the other way? I think if the Godfathers are gonna win a game, it's gonna have to be this game right here, game number 2. Otherwise, we might be looking at a sweep. But for Dragons, it's either going to be a stomping, or Godfathers are going to come back with a close victory, in my opinion, in this second game.
Yeah, absolutely. And game 1 could have absolutely just been a feeler game right there, beginning of the series. Just both teams trying to figure out what's going on. Here's Burr with the infield pass from, I believe it was Poods, getting saved away from Jake. Poods high off the sidewall corner. Jake able to send it away. Yokes there, not able to put it on, but still able to put this one in an awkward spot, as nobody from Godfather's quite ready. Folly able to put this one on, forcing a double commit. Poods able to send it away to the side. Yokes keeping this win in on the Dragons half. Burr up early, but not a good hit. It's off his own ceiling, and Jake is going to eat that opportunity up right there.
Yeah, again, I'm liking Godfathers here. I was about to roast him a little bit there, criticize him well, not roast, criticize more so for not keeping the pressure, and that seems to be their biggest downfall. But Jake, he's just hanging around there, and just kind of sauced up for him right in the middle of the field. Tough mistake for the Dragons, and this is looking like a game where Godfathers, if they play smart, they can definitely take it.
Yeah, and I mean, props to Jake right there. definitely not an easy read for any Titan player to make, but one that absolutely every player should be able to make. But there's definitely a good opportunity or good chance that anybody making that backward read is going to try and bang it off their own ceiling unintentionally, but he was just there waiting for the mistake. And, even at this level, mistakes are prone to happen, and more props to him for just being there to capitalize on that opportunity from Burr's mistake. But here's one again. Jake
Oh,
looking for the redirect off the backboard. May have found it, but a quick counterattack from Burr. Yokes can't find the read, but able to recover off the backboard. Bump, though, from Burr. Here's Zerf for the follow-up, and a great play and great counterattack to clap back there from Dragons.
yeah, it looked like Yokes had it in control, but it just obliterated there. And Folly looks like a field side flip, man, as he was caught a little bit awkward there. And, Zerf, he's not going to miss an open net opportunity like that. A good answer there. Still 3:16 left in game two.
Yeah, and I mean, Burr, he makes a mistake off his own backboard, but makes an even better play off the enemy backboard to tie it back up. And now control off the kickoff, once again going Dragons' way, but Folly quickly sending this one back on the Dragons' half. Opportunity for the middle, but Jake not quite there. But getting a pass from Yokes. Burr again, a mistouch off his own ceiling, but not dangerous quite yet. Pood's getting beat out from Yokes, who steals the corner, not able to follow the ball though. So here's Folly looking for a pass to the middle. Yokes not turning, and Jake not going either. But here's Yokes now, net open for entirely no reason whatsoever. And Fat Folly's got it.
I am very confused, Bagels. Where is the defense? What is going on? Where are they?
I couldn't tell you, but you know what? Two big mistakes, and again, I mean, it wasn't entirely down to Burr, but Burr hit another ball off his own ceiling, and if he got a long clear, that likely would have resulted in pressure the other way down the field, and just two big mistakes here for Dragons, allowing Godfathers back in this game, and then now a double commit on the other side. Not the prettiest game two after a solid defensive performance from both teams in game one.
Yeah, the double quit mistake comes out. Trading mistake for mistake here, leaving the net open. And again, you give Zerf the opportunity. He's not going to miss those. Another tie and goal from him in this game number two. But a very close one here is Folly trying to make something happen off the kickoff. But yeah, it's looking like a battle of the mistakes here in game number two. So, I guess whoever's gonna commit less mistakes is definitely gonna take this one, in my opinion.
Yeah, and if you're Godfathers, you're hoping Dragons just make a few more to avoid the all-important avoidance of that reverse sweep opportunity. And so far, playing somewhat of a clean game too, but definitely two mistakes for them as well, which allowing Dragons to get back in. Although I guess the first goal wasn't even really a mistake. It was just a really good play from Burr to bump Yokes off that back wall. Here's Jake. Not quite sure if he got the reset, but Yokes retreating back, taking to the dribble, trying to dribble, ends up backflipping. Is another bump going to come out? Zerf choosing not to go for the bump. So here's Folly taken to the air, no boost, as Burr will hard clear this one all the way back. Jake having to make a tough read. Can't find it. Pood's in control, forcing another double commit. Where's the opportunity here for Burr? He's going for some sort of musty, and it's going to work off of another bump. It was such a bad shot, but again, another bump goal coming out.
Why is he musting this ball? he didn't even get the musty. He didn't even get the musty. He just bounced out the back of his car. But, hey, when someone's going for the bump, maybe he just felt like, hey, now's my time to shine as Foods erased the defender.
He just had so much time. There was just no need to even attempt a musty right there. But, I mean, luckily the bump was just so catastrophic. It sent that Godfather defender all the way into the corner. But once again, another huge bump goal coming out from Dragons. Opportunity from Godfathers, but shut down from Burr. As here's Zerf making his way past two. Burr high off the backboard. Pood's up early for this one, not putting it in a threatening spot, as Folly will hard clear this one away. But actually, Yokes is going to cut that one off. Bouncing favorably for Godfathers, but nobody quite ready for that opportunity. Burr up early, and Yokes going to fake him out off the backboard. Looking for the slow play, but Jake taking it away. Not quite sure if that was coordinated or not, but now we got the final 30 seconds here, and Godfathers find themselves again having to tie it up in these final seconds here.
Yeah, last chance, and this is the game that I need them to win if they're going to try to pull us off. But Dragons just doing enough here in the final seconds.
As now final opportunity could go Dragon's way. Net still kind of open. Zerf, he's there, but Folly sending it away. Zerf will surely drop this one, and he will. Perhaps was even looking for a pass to get a 0-second goal again for the Dragons, but I mean, it was just that one goal. It was just that one goal for Godfathers where they double committed and left the net open. Because other than that, I think Dragons they just got two solid bump plays on offense, and when the rotation is a little bit amiss there, you're going to leave your players prone for those bumps. And I mean, that was just a really good bump from Burr on that other one. The other one with the musty, I don't know what that was, but you know what?
Yeah.
Another win for the Dragons.
Hey, I mean, the Dragons, they're going to take it, like we said, with the sub up, we're expecting them to win this game, but, that doesn't mean that the Godfathers, really, they haven't been playing bad, surprisingly, which is very interesting to me. Even with Jake coming in here, he, had a performance, scored a goal in that last game as well. So really, they're not looking terrible here. The Dragons just really doing just enough to hold on to this victory. And now headed into game of three, I think the Godfather is trying to salvage a little bit of momentum here, maybe just some pride, if you will, as we're into the third game. I'd like to see him. I'd like to see him pull one off. Keep this series rolling a little bit. You never know. There've been crazier things, and with the way some crazy action is happening in front of the net, the entire roster or the entire lobby, excuse me, is going after that one. But hey, there have been some crazier things, and the Godfathers haven't been playing terrible in this series. So all it takes is a couple more of those Dragons mistakes, and maybe the Godfathers can pull a game, maybe two, and then you can pull the second one, anyone's game in game five if they can get to that point.
Yeah, and I feel like if they can just fix the rotation ever so slightly, I don't even think they're double committing that much. It was just that one big double commit that led to that goal, but just they got to stop leaving people last back because the bumps from Dragons, as there's another one, are just too strong at the moment. Poods in an awkward spot, but Folly gonna not able to capitalize on it. But it kind of brings it back to what we were talking about at the start of the match, where both these teams kind of need a little bit of respect on each other's names. And honestly, I think Godfathers have stepped up to the table here with Jake subbing in. And I really think Dragons, that's a good
Oh,
save from Folly off the crossbar coming out. I really feel like Dragons should be dominating, and they're just not. They've barely won a one-goal game here in Game 1 and Game 2 against a
yeah.
rival club.
Yeah, and that's the thing that like you said, we talked about earlier, getting some respect, and that's the thing that concerns me about this Dragons team. Maybe that's a reason why they're 1-3, just can't finish it. Oh my goodness, a drop down there, but that is Zerf, the defender, not an offensive player. Ready for that one. I thought surely it was going to be a goal there, but yeah, it's still very surprising with this roster. But the Dragons, they're winning this game, but I just don't think that they're performing to a top tier Titan level, which we'd want to see from them if they can compete and battle for a playoff spot.
Yeah, and I'm not quite sure what their schedule has been thus far up to this point, but I mean, it's just been an even game. Every single game has looked even in terms of the score line. Game 2 much more so in terms of ball control, but I mean Game 1 Dragons had like 12 shots or something. They were definitely in control, but at the end of the day they still had to win the overtime. Yokes looking to get it over one, and Surf almost not able to find contact right there, but still able to get the save. Yokes rotating around in the midfield to get back to this one, faking one, looking to get his way past all three, but an early challenge from Burr. Surf looking for the redirect, and
Oh no.
actually an own goal right there.
Yeah, that one is tough there. Not expecting the speed. I mean, look at this power from Zerf there. And Jake, he's just trying to panic, knowing that he heard someone jump and accidentally puts it in his own net. And really, the first big mistake we've seen from him this entire series, which is kind of unfortunate it's happening here, but it's pretty much a clean series from him. Unfortunate that it has to go in like that.
Yeah, definitely. And in terms of comms or maybe rotation, not quite sure if Jake is a problem, but I mean, definitely in terms of what we've seen on stream, the individual skill, the ball control. I mean, here's another good opportunity here, looking for the double, even though he got bumped. It looks like he belongs right now.
Yeah, really, he's not playing bad by any means, and he's kept He's kept the Godfathers alive in this one, and still a chance here. A minute 40 remaining as a dime comes out there, but Yoke's just a little bit wide. Still an opportunity though. But yeah, Jake looking pretty decent so far. Very impressed with him, but still they're down 0-2 in this series, down 1-0 in this game. Got to find some offense.
Yeah, and Yokes absolutely needed to capitalize off that infield pass. It was just an opportunity that it needed to at least be put on net, and he just shanked it off to the right side. But still, a minute left here for the Godfathers, and they actually have complete control of this game. They're sitting at 6 shots, Dragons at 1, and they just can't crack the Dragons defense at the moment. Jake off the corner looking for the sidewall read. Yokes there, this time putting it on net. Still dangerous. Zerf, a little bit awkward. The 50 coming out. Scrambling on the goal line is Poods able to send it away. Yokes continuing to fake out people on the sidewall. And Burr again having to make a save right on goal line. Jake looking for a pass maybe, but nobody there. Folly and Yokes both all the way back. Folly looking for a small ball touch, but getting beat out. So here's Jake on the opposite side. Hard clear up. Looking for a second. Off the sidewall. Yokes maybe looking to clean it up, but getting shut down from Burr. As Folly almost. Wait, hold on. A demo coming out this time in favor of the Godfathers and Yokes. He doesn't hit the easy ones. He only hits the hard ones.
Yokes just a madman. There is Jake with a huge demo. Yokes, hey, that was his 8th shot there, Bagels, in this game. 1 for 8, but he finds the most crucial one needed here to tie it up with 25 seconds left.
Yeah, the Godfathers are at, oh my goodness, that one, luckily Zerf was just in the right spot at the right time off that kickoff. Otherwise, that one was going straight in.
Wait a minute.
Actually open.
No.
Where's the defense? What?
That was a collapse as well. I mean, Yokes just a redirect and throws it right on the net. No one there again. And that was a concern we saw earlier in game number 1 with some open nets and another one here. And wow, what a comeback from the Godfathers here, 2-1. And Bagels, I've said it before, we've seen crazier things happen in Rocket League.
I mean, if I'm Burr, I have to have absolute faith that after Yokes just hit that redirect, not that that was a completely difficult redirect, as hold on. Zerf looking for the dribble in these final seconds here. Can Poods somehow keep it up? But no, Folly will let it touch the ground. I mean, if I'm Burr right there, and I see Yokes hit that redirect, I'm going to assume he's going to hit the other quick double off the sidewall. He's sitting at 0 boost, maybe trying to cheat over and get the big pad in the corner. But, I mean, if Yokes makes that read, surely he's making the other one, right? And he just had complete full faith. Yokes ain't going to hit this. But nope, he did, and it just slow rolled right onto the net.
Yeah, a crucial mistake from the Dragons, and this is the concern. You win one game here. Yokes, he went 2 for 9, but he put in the 2 goals that gave the Godfathers the win. Only 3 shots out from the Dragons, so one of them was just a weak shot. One of them, actually 2 of them kind of, I guess. The Zerf had a redirect and there was just one at the end. So really, the Dragons didn't even do anything in that game. And that would have been, like I said, that would have been a heartbreaking game to lose if it was off the Jake Owen goal. So I'm happy the Godfathers brought one back here. But now heading into game 4, I feel like the Godfathers, despite everything we've said, they have all the momentum. And speaking of momentum, Folly, 6 seconds in, puts one home.
And again, another kickoff, and I feel like somebody should have been back here. Both Zerf and Poods just getting there both at the same time, but too little, too late. And, I mean, absolutely, I totally even forgot about the own goal last game. I mean, Dragons, they had nothing. They had absolutely nothing in that game 3. They were outshot 11-2. And they're looking good right now, Godfathers are. Here's another dribble opportunity, and Yokes getting shut down on the goal line right there.
And we'll have to see. Godfathers, the pressure is on them despite everything. I know we were talking about them like, they've been in the driver's seat. But really, being down 0-2 in the series, it's a lot to come back from. And they could have just easily, kind of mauled it out of the series after that last game being down so late in that game. But they battled back, showing some great resolve here as Burr is coming in with a great read to tie it up.
And that is back-to-back goals now, where the final 2 defenders are squeezing the ball in between the 2 of them. The first one on the Dragon side, this time on the Godfathers end of the field. But I mean, definitely good pace there from Burr. A little bit of a little bit of a Sack of Rocks aerial, but able to. I mean, I know a thing or two about Sack of Rocks aerials. I mean, I don't exactly have the best aerial mechanics, but still able to put that one on. Surf on the defense, trying to avoid the bump, but can't, and that one's going to leave the net open for Jake. And again, obviously it's an open net, but Jake, honestly, a standout player in this series,
Yeah,
despite the
again,
own goal.
despite the own goal, I mean, really, that was a tough one there because he heard the pressure and a little bit of panic. But I mean, yeah, a nice demo there opens things up, and Jake, he's gonna hit that one on again. And really, we've been impressed from him this entire series, keeping his team alive as a really solid third man, and even scoring some here. His Zerf has an open net to shoot at, but just skies it wide. And now Yokes, he's got 1-on-1, maybe 2-on-1 here. As oh my
Oh!
goodness, he takes Burr's axles.
He absolutely just yanked him off the stage, sending him in the other direction with the quick power slide, and Burr couldn't do anything about that. And again, between the demos and the 1v1 plays in this series, a lot of people are getting left back as last man. And I mean, Yokes, a capable player, is going to eat that opportunity up right there.
Yeah, and 3-1 now. The Dragons, they've got to be feeling this one a little bit here. As, oh no, a tough one there. Poods was trying to read that pass, unintentional pass from the defenders. As
Oh!
another shot there, Bird's trying to slot the angle, but not gonna go. And yeah, now Dragons starting to ramp up their offense a little bit though. It's what you like to see. This is what we should have been seeing from them earlier, but you know, now down by 2 goals, gonna have to find some. Still 3 minutes though, so a lot of time.
Yeah, that was 3 infield passes in a row, which I think it was actually 3 different opportunities from all 3 different players on Dragons. Burr looking for a fake dribble of his own, but couldn't find it. And they had 3 infield passes in a row and just couldn't get a shot on target. As Yokes trying to dribble his way past 2, but eventually the third player coming in to shut down Yokes. They don't want to see him make another 1v1 play on the opposite end of the field, but a big whiff coming out. Folly putting it on net
Oh
ever
my.
so slowly, but I mean, once again, nobody is back for Dragons as Surf with a terrible touch and Poods with a whiff.
Bagels, this is what I'm talking about. Anything can happen in the game of Rocket League. I was saying it earlier. We were expecting the Dragons to pull it off, but the Godfathers just clutch it up in that game. And now, I mean, look at them right here. 4-1. They are dominating this game 4, looking to force a game 5 on their reverse sweep attempt. One of the hardest things to do. And they are looking good while doing it.
And I mean, definitely props to them for coming back after that own goal game 3. They definitely played a super solid game 3. Lots of shots, good amount of shots here in this one. But honestly, Dragons are not really stepping up to the table right now. Again, another missed shot from Zerf. Missing 3 thus far this game. But it just looks like Dragons are kind of they're just not there right now. They're missing a lot of shots and making mistakes on defense. And Godfathers, they're definitely playing well here in these last 2 games, but I think it's primarily Dragons' game to lose right now, and they're losing it.
Yeah, you talked about it. A lot of shots in this game that just have rang off the crossbar, off the corner, off the post, just everywhere but the back of the net. Despite that one shot from Burr, there's another one towards the net and another save here, as that's the 5th one out from the Godfathers. But really, you gotta find something here. At this point, a minute 30, as they're looking for redirects there. A great pass down. Oh my goodness, Yokes. A massive save, and just they can't get anything to fall in this one. And it's just the Godfathers playing out of their minds. Dragons trying their best, but it looks like, Bagels, unless something crazy happens here, we might be heading to game 5.
Yeah, let's roll out the checklist really quick. As this one lofting in front of the net, Folly will put in a 5th. Let's pull out the checklist here for Dragons. We got infield passes, that's an X. We got the solo dribble plays, that's an X. We have the pre-jump from Burr, from the bang from Poods, and that's an X. Nothing's working for the Dragons right now. They're trying everything, and they cannot score.
Yeah, you're exactly right. The checklist, it's all red, it's all X's. Just everything they've done has been shut down, and that's one of those things, Bagels. Besides maybe a couple more accurately placed shots, that's kind of concerning when you head to game 5. A lot of times you can look at it and say, oh, okay, we did this wrong, like very simple one thing. But this game, they tried everything, and it's just not working. It's one of those games where you can't even say we did something completely terrible besides saying maybe accurate shots. Other than that, I don't know.
I think as a player, that's the most frustrating thing when you literally try everything in the playbook, the bumps, the solo plays, the passes, even the crazy pre-jump. Here's another infield pass here, but even that's not working. They're bumping each other off the ball. And the only goal that they have scored was kind of a slow roller from Burr, and that is just so frustrating, especially when you feel like they have all the pressure in this game, and they do. They're sitting at 13 shots. They have all the pressure to Godfather's 7, 13 to 7, and just they're 1 for 13 right now. 1 for
Uh,
13.
that one hurts most definitely, and now we're gonna be heading to a game 5, Bagels, and after that type of loss, 1 for 13. How did the Dragons even bounce back from this? It's just such a demoralizer, and the Godfathers. After everything, they have to be rolling right now. They have to be feeling absolutely amazing, knowing that hey, we battled back with a rival sub, and now we can pull off the reverse sweep, which is not common at all in Nemesis, and to do with a rival sub in Titan League, oh my.
I mean, this just even speaks more volumes to the fact that people aren't putting respect on the Dragons, and perhaps this is why they're in the driver's seat 2-0 in the series. They narrowly win game 1 and game 2 by a 1-goal margin, and all of a sudden they're on the verge of being reverse swept here by the rival Subbit and Jake. And I don't know who this Jake guy is. I don't know if he's new to the league, but I mean, I know he's on Mafiosos, and I know that there's a reason why the Mafiosos are one of the top teams in the rival league now, because this boy is playing for
Mm.
them. And right now he's playing for the Godfathers, and he's playing well. But on the other side, I don't know what to do if you're the Dragons. I don't know. Maybe just I mean, maybe I don't know who left the lobby. Maybe Burr. He left. He's taking a tactical timeout. He's oh, as somebody's joined the lot. God dang it! Are they even okay? I guess they
They're
are
in.
all.
They're
Okay,
in.
good. I thought maybe we were gonna have an issue on our hands. I don't. I honestly don't know what you do if you're Dragons. Just somehow calm down. Maybe it's the comms. Whatever it is. Obviously, they would know more than us because they're in the comms. They gotta figure it out because it's game 5 and it's nut up or shut up time right now.
Yeah, do or die. Here's this one, almost a dangerous start for the Godfathers. But yeah, it's do or die right now. And the Dragons, Bagels, this is one of those games early on in the season, about to be the quarter of the way through the season, where this is a series that you need to win. And if you're the Dragons as Burr trying to take it down the pitch, this is a game, that you should win on paper. You should be winning this game if you're the Dragons. And, get yourself to 2-3, at least give yourselves a chance, in that Western Conference. But, I don't know. This is just a do or die type of game, and to not get reverse swept by a rival sub is also definitely on their minds.
Yeah, I don't even care about the win. I care about the pride right now. You do not
Mm.
want to. You do not want to get reverse swept. And here's Godfather
Oh
with another
my!
opportunity at Folly. He's gonna slot it off what I think was another demo on the back end. I mean, I don't even think that player was getting back either way.
Yeah, a demo there, and Folly just bottom left Zerf just a little bit too slow. And oh my goodness, the Godfathers are absolutely rolling right now. And I want to go back to that point they made earlier, Bagels, is that like the Godfathers, they weren't even playing bad in the early games. They went down 0-2, a couple mistakes, but they weren't playing bad. And we're seeing it again, and that's always the recipe for a reverse sweep. You're not playing bad in the first 2 games, and you just do enough to win that game 3, and then all of a sudden you can start rolling.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I've never been in VC with Yokes, but it seems like he's a pretty lighthearted guy for the most part. I know Folly's kind of a memer as well, so I feel like Jake has possibly the 2 best teammates right now to attempt the reverse sweep in Yokes and Folly. As an own goal almost coming out from Zerf, sending it off his own crossbar, perhaps an opportunity for the Dragons now. Burr up early, off the backboard, beating one. Surf and Poots combining for the touch, but Jake getting the touch inside his own box net. Someone open Burr looking for the back pass maybe, but taking it off into his own corner, getting so many touches, but so little clearance out of it. Surf taking to the air dribble, way off to the side, not even close to putting that one on net. And again, another 1v1 opportunity. The Dragons, and primarily Zerf, that 1900 MMR player who's shown off those mechanics in Rival League last season. He's just maybe looking a little under the weather right now. I don't know.
Yeah, a couple of missed shots here, and like we talked about that last game, 1 for 13 shooting from the Dragons. That can be a demoralizer when you're already not getting really anything to go. And heading this game 5, they just need to see one go in the back of the net here. and just to get some confidence up after all that's happened, to blow the 2-0 lead and now to be down 1-0, they just need to see something positive needs to happen for them.
Yeah, they need another Jake own goal, and I don't think it's going to happen the way he's playing right now. As here's
No.
Surf with the redirect. Poods there, dunking out a defender, but still not in a good spot to do anything productive here. Burr beating one, but again, Folly should make this read, and he will. Getting the flip reset off it, actually. Big clear from Jake, but Burr cutting it off. Perhaps looking for a pass to the middle, but Surf actually there to cut it off. And Dragons, it looks like they're really trying to ramp up the pace of play. Perhaps they're going to get beat out from it, but Poods there making the save. They're trying to increase the speed of play as the net
Oh
open
wow.
again. And where are the Dragons going?
And they're just all clumped up on the right side of the field, really expecting the touch to come out, but Yokes just sends it right back in, and Folly is waiting for it. And wow, what a performance! And something else that I noticed, Bagels, right before this goal is that the demos have been coming out heavy from the Godfathers in this game, not giving them any opportunities on the Dragons' end. And 2-0 lead, looking for this reverse sweep.
Yeah, and honestly, it's been a very bump-heavy series overall. A lot of bumps kind of go in the Dragons' favor. Game 1, Game 2, but now Godfather's getting a little bit more bump and demo plays. And honestly, that's probably triggering the Dragons even more as there's another one on the
Oh
Poods.
my.
Yokes maybe looking for the double, but couldn't find it. As they scored, I believe it was in the first 13 seconds there, another opportunity. Surf sending it away, and they scored in the first 13 seconds. They've been playing from behind all game, and they're now down 2-0 after that last one. Folly up, getting another mid-air
Oh
demo.
my.
Surf looking for a bump of his own, but just can't find it. And again, it feels like they're trying everything, but they can't even get onto offense this time around. They're trying to play so fast, and I think that's how they got scored on last time.
Yeah, just the offense is not coming through, and they're actually leading in the shot department, but really they haven't been too threatening. And now the Dragons in full on panic mode as the reverse sweep is looming over their heads.
And still getting shut out on that final opportunity right there. Yokes wasting a lot of time looking for the ceiling touch. Getting beat out, but again, Folly right there. Can Poods come up with a solo play to get his team back on top? And
Oh
he misses
no!
the shot. And that is the absolute, I don't even know. I don't even have the words for it. Maybe Berg can put this one on. He can. But Folly sending it away. And that's what they've been doing all series. They've been putting such good opportunities on, but just missing the mark ever so much in the final 10 seconds is likely going to result in the Godfather's reverse sweep here. And this, everybody in Nemesis, is why we have the subsystem. Poots is out of the game. He's out. Everybody's out of the game. It's over. Godfathers, you sub up. I mean, everybody give Jake some hype up in chat right now. That is probably the best sub up performance I've ever seen, outside of like Bubs, maybe.
Wow, and that was something big. I don't think we've ever seen something like that, especially on a stream game, to come all the way back with that rival league sub in Jake. The reverse sweep, Bengals, we don't even see reverse sweeps happen. I don't know the statistics on reverse sweeps on stream, but I'd venture to say we've probably seen, maybe 7, 8 in all history of Nemesis.
Yeah.
And for this to happen with a rival league subbing coming up into Titan, I mean, what a statement! What a game! What a performance! I don't even. That was one of the craziest series we've ever seen.
Yeah, and I mean, like you said, this is an important game here in the season. It is early in the season, but both these teams 1-3, and that's a big pivot game, a big swing game. And now Godfather's moving to 2-3, while Dragons are going to move to 1-4. 1-4,
Yeah.
yeah. That's the math I'm doing correctly in my head. But I mean, I can't wait to see what the Godfathers look like with their full roster, because I was honestly impressed with physics in that first game on opening
Yeah.
day as a 1700 MMR player, and I guess that's why Dragons are maybe one of the weaker teams in the power rankings right now. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a tough loss.
Yeah, and really, because I wish we had more time to analyze this because the next series is coming up in a second here. But like, wow, what a series! Jake with the sub up, the Dragons somehow do not pull off that victory, and the Godfathers, like you said, it sets them up for really good things here to win with the sub, to go to 2-3, give themselves a chance in this Western Conference with the Dragons. things are getting very spicy here, but we are going to head to a short break here. We've got one final match coming your way, and if it's anything as crazy as this last one, you guys do not want to miss it. We have Ascension 4-0 taking on Orbit 2-2 coming up in just a couple minutes. So stick around, and we'll see you guys in a little bit.
That's hot.
Get it while it's hot.